But like I said, this is the first time I've ever done something like this, and I would love to do more of these kind of things,
Yeah.
so I can learn how to introduce myself more to people.
Yeah.
Because I do plan on having my own art shows, and when I meet people, I want them to know who I am too as well, and I know how to express myself.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Before we really get into that, bro, your art and the shows you want to do, bro. For the first episode of every artist podcast, I like to get a little bit of context of your upbringing, a little bit of your backstory, if you don't mind, I would appreciate it. You know, the first thing I want to get into, where were you born and where you grew up?
okay.
Yeah.
So I was born in Aurora, Illinois. I grew up just being a kid, and I wanted to get into art when I was in first grade. Funny story. My first grade teacher had a favorite in her class, and it was a student who was really good at drawing, and
Yeah.
she would hold the paper up and show the students, I like everybody to be like this guy
Yeah.
or this kid. And I wanted her to do the same thing for me, so that's why I wanted to learn how to sketch. Uh, my cousin was also an artist at the time, and she's the one that showed me how to use a sketch with a pencil, how to keep a steady hand when you're drawing.
And this cousin, you said so she was a female?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Older, younger, same age?
Older.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but she doesn't do art anymore. I haven't seen her draw in such a long time.
Yeah. Do you feel some type of way when you see an artist you like and they stop drawing?
Well, sometimes people life gets in the way.
Yeah,
And
it does.
they stop making art, because you have other things you have to worry about.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I had that one point in my life where I was going to stop making art because I want to learn how to oil paint. And I feel like, okay, I want to learn how to do this because it's like one of the top mediums of all art. And it was extremely hard for me to do it on my own. And so that's when I was going to give up.
Okay.
But then I decided, okay, maybe I should take a class in college so I can learn how to use oil paint. And so I did. So this was back in 2010, I believe. And I had an art teacher that showed all of us how to oil paint. And he wasn't like the ones you think, like how should I say this? Those art teachers that make you draw like a bowl of fruits, or I'm sorry, paint a bowl of fruits, or some still life that's in front of you. He was more somebody who wants to see where you're at, so that he can push you in the direction you want to go. And I believe that's how most artists should do it. I'm not trying to get someone to paint a bowl of fruits or any still life or whatever. That's like something I'm not into. So that's the thing I liked about the art teacher, and he saw what I was really into. He knows the stuff that I make. And the thing is, we're I can pause for 3 seconds here.
Yeah, no, that's fine, man. Definitely take your time, bro. Like, I appreciate it that I am your first interview. No way.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Dude, trust me, man. I was so fucking nervous the first time. I interviewed Chris Jeebus for my first one, and I barely knew him at the time. Shout out Chris Jeebus, the whole DDC crew. Dude, I was, and we were cool, bro. Like it's so easy to vibe with him. But even that, bro, like on camera, I was so nervous. You could check it out on my YouTube. But yeah, man, like, yeah, just take a deep breath. Just try to remember the best you can, because like everything, we might not get everything within the hour and a half or 2 hours, depending on how much you want to stay here and how much you got for me, bro.
Oh, no. Honestly, I have the whole day.
Yeah.
I mean, still, well, not the whole day, but I
Yeah.
at 11 p.m.
I was gonna say, bro, you're not worried about the Super Bowl? Oh, okay,
But
yeah, yeah, no, great, yeah.
I'm not really into
Yeah,
sports. I
yeah,
mean,
same here.
baseball, yes, but football, I only like the commercials and then
Yeah,
the halftime.
yeah, right. Because well, for me, it's just when they release shit, like trailers,
What do you mean?
like in the half times or whatever. Then when they release new trailers,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, those
yeah,
are nice. I like watching those and the funny commercials.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, but man, before we get any further, man, so when you were in school and your teacher was showing love to that one student, was it just because you wanted that teacher's attention, or you just wanted to show off that you got skills as well, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I wouldn't say I had skills though, because I wasn't that good at the time.
Yeah, yeah.
This was first grade, so this was a long time. I Here we go again.
No, no, that's fine, bro.
Okay, let's start from that. No, I didn't have skills. Like I wanted to learn to become good, and I wanted her to do the same thing for me,
Hmm.
which never happened.
Yeah, yeah.
But still, I actually got some out of that, learning how to draw.
And did you know what you were doing? Were you like, oh, this is art and I want to do this? Or were you just like, man, I want to be creative? Just like a kid, if you remember.
It was more like I wanted to the same thing that happened for me,
Oh, okay.
and so I really enjoyed it, and I never stopped drawing. I just wanted to keep going.
Do you remember what you used to draw?
When I was that young, I don't remember exactly what I used to draw, but I do remember I was drawing a fish. It was like an angel fish,
Okay.
the
Yeah,
angel, their name.
yeah, yeah. And was it like still life or was it cartoonish?
It was more like a realistic approach to it,
Okay, yeah.
so cartoony. Because I felt like at the time, you're a good artist if you can make something look real.
Oh yeah. That
It,
shit is hard. I mean, my art, I wouldn't say it's realistic. It's more cartoon based.
there's nothing wrong with that either.
Yeah.
I feel like it's being a good artist does require skill, but creativity is more important because this is something you're making that hasn't been thought of. That's where the ideas you get and you put it out there so that people can see something different.
Yeah, yeah. And like, did you think of this on your own, or like throughout time you drawing and being an artist? Did other artists teach you, or did you learn from other artists? Stuff like that.
Like in general,
Yeah, yeah.
well,
Besides your cousin, I know you're telling us.
right. I didn't really have an influence at the time. I mean, I was like when I was in middle school, I was drawing anime. I was drawing Dragon Ball Z because that was my favorite anime at the time.
Yeah, yeah.
And then high school, I was getting more into anime. I was drawing Trigun and Samurai Champloo.
Mm.
And then after high school, I didn't take art school until I was in my early 20s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is where
And
I
and
wanted.
why is that? Why not go into more art classy or creative classes? If you don't mind.
Um, Honestly, I just never thought of like doing something with my art because I grew up around other people who were really into it. I, I was not against it, but something like they were really drawn into.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I didn't see like, okay, I feel like it's really important to have others support you and say you should really do something with your art.
Yeah, yeah.
So I didn't hear anything about that until I started going to art school in ECC,
And where is that?
Elgin.
Oh, Elgin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Shout out Elgin. My Elgin people. Um, but dude, that's crazy. I mean, I shit you not. I grew up in a art family. A lot of my family, it's either artist or dancing. Fucking, I had them to kind of like show me like you can be an artist if you want to, but like nobody outside of that has ever like shown me a way of art. It was basically me on my own. I found a few people, but we're just fucking around drawing shit. Cartoons, graffiti.
Yeah, this is how it starts.
Yeah, yeah,
Just messing around. And I'm like, hey, we should do something like this.
yeah,
I
exactly.
heard the guy from the homies, the artist, he was just doodling, and someone told him you should do something with this, and he
Yeah,
was making characters.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And
Yeah, dude, I definitely have a whole collection over there.
I used to collect those back in high school. They're my
Yeah,
favorite.
dude, I had the whole series, but as a kid, you don't know what the fuck you have. So I started like throwing them, burning them, fucking eating them, you know. So I lost them. And a funny story about that, when I refound them not too long ago, I like dioramas, still life. So I started to fuck around with them, and then little by little, bro, I started to move into modeling cars, and then just making my own sculptures, which are like the spray can monsters.
Hmm.
And how was that for you? Because you said you drew, and then you wanted to go into oil painting. Where, because you said you stopped doing art to move into oil paintings. Like what is the difference, if you don't mind me asking? To me, that's still art in a way.
What do you mean by like oil painting? Like it's an art.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I heard you said it. I may be chopping it up and fucking it up how you said it. But yeah, like how how did you know you wanted to go into oil painting? If you, yeah, let me ask that instead.
Well, like I said, like it's like one of the top mediums out there, and you see, the Renaissance oil paintings. It's basically where it all started.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, and the only reason why I asked that, bro, is just me. I didn't know that there. I mean, I know there's a difference between oil and water based and blah blah blah, but I didn't know that oil specifically was the highest up there.
I mean, that's to me, I'd say it's more of a personal preference
Oh,
to
okay, yeah.
that, but it's what my painting professor said in college. Oil paint is at the top, and I believe he says that because he's a oil painter.
Mm, yeah, yeah, yeah. And how long did it take you to like? How long did it take you to mess with it? Like before you before you found out about it, how long did that take you?
Like even before I started school to learn it,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, I'd say maybe like a month or so.
Oh, really?
When I was trying, it was extremely hard. Honestly, it's not the same as like if you were doing colored pencils
Yeah, yeah, dude.
or pencils or pen. This is oil paint.
Yeah, me, I always give a lot of credit to anybody that works with paint brushes, like, or just brushes in general, Because me, I'm not. The only type of paint I work with is marker paint, because I'm not good with brushes.
Like Copic.
Uh, no, no, no. Like, what's it called? Like, what's it called? Molotovs or Pinterest. The ones, the pumps,
I don't
the
think.
marker pumps. You shake them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like graffiti artists use those.
Yeah, yeah, bro. Because I mean, man, I don't know why. I'm not used to like the brushes, the paint brushes.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Like I just use them as like mops to just give a good coat. I'll use a brush just to give the what's it called, the layer or the prime.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the gesso
No,
on the canvas?
just to put a layer down. Like the back, I would use just a brush to paint the whole back, but I would go into the design with
Mm,
paint markers.
okay.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I suck, like I said, bro, in the beginning. I'm not the best artist. I'm learning, because there's so many mediums out there.
right. I mean, go ahead.
No, no, I was just gonna say, yeah, like there's so many. That's what I'm used to just right now because I'm trying to learn how to blend and work with colors. It's not like drawing, bro. You can draw and you can wipe your hand over it. It's dry. You do that with you paint, go like that, it smears.
Hmm.
And not just that, if you go over a color too much, if you're painting over a color that's already on the bottom, it can mix. So yeah, like I have trouble at times. Do you have that and did you have that at any point?
Yeah, in the beginning,
Mm,
when I was trying to learn how to oil paint, like I said, it was extremely difficult to learn on my own, and so that's why I kind of want to throw in the towel and I don't give up. It's like, no, I can't do that.
but did you give up?
No.
Oh,
Uh,
okay, okay, cool.
I mean, for a short amount of time, and then until I took classes, and that's what brought me back into. And what's also great about it is that that's where I started the style that I do now
Okay.
because of
Well, and what would you call that style? If you don't mind me asking.
pop surrealism.
Oh, absolutely. And is it like that, or is it more like this, or is it?
Pop surrealism is more like these two.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely like it. Are like this one? Is it all oil paint, or did you? Because I kind of want to say you used what's it called color pencil, or no?
No, it's all oil paint.
All oil paint?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wow, dude. I really like how you do your shadows.
Thanks.
And how long did it take you to make that style?
I didn't really pay attention how long it took me.
Hmm.
It actually, back in college, um, we were asked to make a painting of, well, it's still life in a way, but my art professor said you can grab one from online. It's much easier that way, so people can oil paint with the other paint. So that's one of the only reasons why I like to have them.
Yeah.
And so I was more into like the vintage kind, like I was more into like the like vintage like figurines and all stuff like that.
Can you give me an example of
Like tin can robots.
Okay. Yeah.
You got the Jolly Monkey, the one with the symbols.
Yeah.
You see them in the Call of Duty. One you throw it and the zombies chase it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That thing. That was my still life I did for that class, and it's funny because my professor said, there's some other things you can paint because you know how they look so like creepy looking.
Yeah.
Right. And then he says, "Oh, what is still life?"
Yeah.
So people were a little freaked out by it in class.
And do you like to go for that style, kind of like creepy, weird?
At first I kind of did like doing that. My first oil painting of from what you saw, it was uh, it was like a Jack in a Box, and it was a clown that popped out of the Jack in the Box, and he tips his hat and hands a lollipop to one of my creations that people think it looks like Tails from Sonic.
Yeah.
So I kind of didn't like that. It's like I'm not trying to like take like another character and try to change it to my own way. I don't want that.
Yeah.
So I kind of discontinued making them for that reason. But that's what the idea was when I first started, to make it look scary and creepy. But then as the years went by, I kind of wanted to change that into something more of like whimsical and playful and like funny looking.
Hmm.
So that's why you just saw the luchador painting that I have, and it has a barbershop. He takes the mask off the luchador, and he has another mask underneath. So I got that idea from Scooby Doo. You
Yeah.
got the mask and you got another mask,
Yeah.
and the reason why is because how lucha libre, you get the one that he still has his mask on. He's still unidentified.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why he still has a mask underneath because he hasn't lost yet. Because that's how I haven't watched Luchador in a long time. That's not how it goes, right?
Yeah. You're talking about the cartoon, right?
Luchador?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about Mexican wrestling.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So,
No, I thought you were talking about specifically the cartoon from
you're talking about
Lucha.
yeah.
Yeah. But that's that is a thing in the Mexican wrestling community or whatever you want to call it. That uh, an undefeated or unidentified wrestler, like if they take out their mask.
Yeah, that's basically what I got it from. Also, the idea came from a dream I had.
Hmm.
Also, a funny story. I was cutting my cousin's hair in a wrestling ring, and it's funny how because he's bald,
Yeah.
and I kind of got that idea to make from that and make it into a painting. And the reason why it's luchador because this painting is supposed to be for a luchador art theme
Okay.
uh, for an art show. It was supposed to happen, but it got canceled.
Yeah.
But that didn't stop me from making my painting because I really liked my idea.
And when you make a painting like this, is it usually for an event or just cause?
It's kind of like in between, just
Mm.
because I like that style and I want to make it for a show. So, and kind of realize I push myself more when there's a show coming
Yeah, yeah.
because if I'm doing it for
Self, you take
myself,
forever.
if, for nothing specifically, I should
Yeah.
say, I usually take my time with it and
Mm.
kind of like lay off of it, which is not a good thing.
Yeah. How how long? Well, I mean, yeah. That is that a thing for you. Like, if you really don't work on it, you'll forget about it.
No, I mean, I don't forget about it. I keep telling myself just keep working on it, even though it's for nothing,
Yeah.
or I should say for an event. Just keep working on it,
Mm.
and all right, I'll do it tomorrow. And tomorrow comes, and then I don't do it.
Yeah, no, dude, trust me, man. We definitely do that here, bro. Shit, I've been trying to work on that wall right here, but man, dude, it's been taking me forever. Sometimes I don't know if this happens to you, but I know in my opinion, my experience, there's times where I feel like I'm not up for it. You know, maybe I over exceeded I over exceeded the idea. You know, so but once I start to do the drawing, I actually realize like no, I was just overthinking.
What do you mean by like overthinking?
Like oh, I thought this was gonna be harder than I thought, but it wasn't. You know.
Mm,
Yeah.
you just nailed it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's good.
I mean, that's usually when I, try to challenge myself. Sometimes I feel like I challenge myself too hard, but it was just me overthinking. Like, nah, man, I got it.
Yeah, definitely. You should keep that mindset, which I should work on too.
So you do get that sometimes where you're like, fuck, I think I were.
There's some times where I feel like I think I'm not gonna be able to finish or not get it the way I want it to be.
Yeah.
But just go on with it, even though it doesn't turn out the way you want it to be. At least you got something. But is it as you continue to progress in your piece, just gonna be some stops and be like, okay, I can't. I'm having a difficult time at this part of the idea, and just come back to that later. You just continue around it, and then it'll come like either it'll come to you or it'll just the idea will change, but it'll still work in a way.
Hmm. Have you ever worked on a project halfway and then stopped for a bit, like a day or two or whatever, hours, and then when you get back to it, you're like, I need to. You you want to redo the whole thing because it looks different in your mind.
Yeah, there's been many times that's happened. I draw something, paint something, and they call it fresh eyes.
Mm,
Sometimes you'll ask somebody like, "How does this look?"
yeah,
And it's always best to ask another like artist because they can see more than what a person who is not into art.
more perspection,
Yeah, you so
perspective, whatever.
yeah they'll be able to tell you like, oh, you did this off a little bit. This should be like here. It'll make more sense that way.
Mm. But do you always go to an artist, or do you go to somebody that you know has good taste?
I'd say someone who has good taste and an artist too.
I mean, because don't get me wrong, I could draw something and I could show it to you and be like, "What you think?" On your style, you'll probably think a bunch of different stuff than what I was going for, you know. And instead of somebody that has good taste, where it's like, "Oh yeah, I like the idea. This kind of looks empty, that area, but you know, the that idea or the drawing you're going with looks good."
I would say like you're showing me something you're working on. I wouldn't go with my style because it's something you're making with
Yeah, yeah.
your own way. So I would ask you what were you going for? If you want to get specific, and if you want to like know stuff you can work on, I can tell you like okay, you can do this here and you can do that over there because I can see like what you mean when you explain.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, I just thought I asked that because um, it's crazy. Because you know, I always thought me myself as an artist, like I overthink it too much.
Yeah, that's usually something you want to avoid. Overthinking could be a barrier when you create. Just go on with the flow. Just go at it. Don't stop just to say, "Oh my God, this isn't turning out the way I want it to be." Just keep going. Eventually, you'll end up liking it. But if you don't like it, that's fine. A lot of those artists have been there before, and we just stop working on the idea we had, and we'll just move on to something else.
Yeah, yeah. My bad, bro. If I'm re-asking questions or over explaining or not explaining enough, like I said, I still get nervous, man, when I'm still doing this podcast thing, regardless. And I'm very excited, bro, because I shit you not, I've been having a lot of music artists on recently. You are you are the artist I haven't had in a while. So definitely,
Oh, like fine arts,
or just like drawing,
you draw anything
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. If you guys are listening, I had Dana Kappa on not too long ago. Go check him out. He's also a graphic designer, but he does music as well. You know, and I didn't know that at the time. But you are in a while, like I want to say several months, that I have had an artist. So I really thank you for that, man.
Yeah.
And with that being said, we are gonna head to the smoke room, guys, where we're gonna chop it up a little bit more, kick it, talk more art, pieces, you know, feelings as an artist, artist opinions and stuff like that. So if you are gonna stay tuned, roll up, come chill with us, lay back, kick it, and we'll be in the smoke room.
Discover the soul, brother. Discover the soul, brother. Discover the soul,
Yeah, but we're back. We're in the smoke room. I'm here with ToonSketch, man. Thank you for coming, bro. Uh, I I definitely Earlier, bro, you're talking about how you got ToonSketch. Can we go more into that? Because I kind of cut you off when you were telling me. Because I wanted to save it for around this time.
Well, the name ToonSketch started off as my Xbox name back in 2010.
Shout out to Xbox.
Yeah, I prefer Xbox.
Yeah.
Um,
But what made you want to pick that, bro? Like ToonSketch,
Well,
for your Xbox name.
I was thinking about an old nickname I had in high school, Cartoon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, then my friend was the one that thought of that because I was really into cartoons, more into cartoons than anything else, and that's where I got my nickname from. And
Hmm.
kind of changed it though because Mr. Cartoon, tattoo
Mm.
artist. I don't want people to think, oh, are you influenced by him? It's like, no, he's not my influence. Although he's amazing.
Oh, dude, fucking amazing, bro. Um, yeah, I shit you not, bro. If you would have told me your nickname or artist name was Cartoon, I would have thought like you're like, uh, you know,
Like
uh,
cartoonist.
no, like how do you want to say it? Like cholo, because
Yeah,
uh,
especially Mr. Cartoon.
yeah, bro.
Cholo.
Yeah, bro. I shit you not. I've heard and met a lot of people that had the nickname Cartoon, and they were all cholos.
Right. And
Yeah,
it's a good thing I changed it
yeah,
because that's not who I am.
yeah. ToonSketch, bro. When you tell me ToonSketch, I imagine like an artist. Like I don't know why with paintbrushes. I don't know why. They're cool. I don't know why from Paris. With the little hat and the striped shirt, and then like the fucking two brushes. I don't know why. So you changed it up. You used it as a Xbox name. What made you for sure want to have that as your artist name?
Well, I actually like the name. It was very catchy to me. Like, I did have a name previously. It was Surrealist Mind
Oh,
because
sure.
I was into surrealism. Like Dali.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, Mark Ryden was one of my other influences. That's basically where I started to pick up the lowbrow pop surrealism.
Okay, yeah.
And so I kept it a surrealist mind. And whenever someone would say my name on Xbox, I just didn't like how it sounded.
Okay, yeah, yeah. And dude, that's a hard ass fucking. I mean, in my opinion, that's a hard ass fucking name. So like,
Which
as an artist name,
which one?
the surrealism.
Yeah, surrealist mind.
Yeah, surrealist mind. There you go.
Yeah.
My nicknames before, well, I had a lot of fucking nicknames, bro. Like I should now, my earliest ones though were simple, goofy, zigs, and now it's laps.
Laps.
Yeah, love, art, peace, and
Nice.
and well, it's laps with the Z at the end. The Z is me in a way.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
But you see that I was never good at reading, bro. So that's another reason why I always kept it to short, simple names. Because me, yeah, like I like just shorter names. The shorter the word is, like laps, I can really go crazy with the lettering. Instead
okay.
of like my name's Angel, that's 5 letters compared to like 3 to 4, maybe. No, three. I like three.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry,
Yes.
sorry. If I went down a totally different rabbit hole.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Also, the name ToonSketch actually has three meanings to it. Uh, um, the first one, Toon, which is a cartoon concept, it's where you see me drawing cartoons. And sketch is more of the realism, like my painting when I do portraits and realism. And Toon sketch together is just like this painting because you see the cartoon concept
Yeah, yeah,
and you
yeah.
see the realism together.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's dope, bro. And did you did you already have those reasons in mind, or did they develop as you were going?
To develop and never thought of that
Yeah,
when
right.
I had that name in my Facebook. I didn't think of that yet until later on because I really enjoy not only making like cartoon styled work, I also love making portraits of people, and
Mhm.
that's where the sketch part comes to place.
Yeah, and speaking of portraits, bro, as I can see, you can do like people, bro, very well. How long did that take you, and was it easy for you?
The people
Yeah,
like what do you mean like
like Like getting like drawing people like was that easy for you?
Like in the beginning,
Like when did you start to draw people?
when I was 15.
15? Oh
Yeah,
wow.
so it's been years.
Yeah, dude. I mean, don't get me wrong. You see human like things in my drawings, bro, but like I'm not good at drawing humans like this or that. More of my shit has to be totally blown out cartoon style.
Yeah, it's where you feel more comfortable with. If you enjoy making, portraits of people cartoony, that's you.
Yeah.
You don't have to push yourself to make it look more realistic. If you're happy where you're at, then you just keep at it.
And when you're 15 and you're doing these portraits, bro, are they taking you forever, hours, or are they taking you days?
They took me days.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I was, getting the hang of drawing people, and that's when as the days shorten, and
Yeah,
then the time. But now, like, if I would draw somebody, it doesn't take that long because I've been doing it for such a long time,
yeah, yeah,
and so I'm very used to drawing portraits. I still kind of mess up.
yeah, yeah. Do How long did it take you to get the perspection of shading? If I'm saying that right, perception of shading. I see you now. My shading still be all over the place.
The Well, you have a light source.
Yeah.
That's what we learned in school.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, like I said, bro, like I used to draw when I was little all the time, but I never paid attention in art class because I was always trying to be that cool kid. But yeah, I didn't learn about light source until like I was already like 18, 16. Shit, bro. My shading was horrible, bro. Like I would have light coming this way, that way, this way.
Oh, I
Basically,
see.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you want to keep it at
One spot.
one spot, kind of, because you could also have two light sources
Yeah.
or multiple. But if you have a lot of light sources, it's gonna be really hard to shadow
Yeah, it's
because
gonna
of
be all lines.
the lines. Yeah, you want to work on your shading because that's what makes the your drawing or painting look more realistic. It pops
Yeah,
out more.
yeah. Gives it definition.
Hmm.
Yeah. Wait, did you mention how long it took you? I don't know.
Shading,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I never thought of that honestly.
yeah. I mean, you really don't think about it because you're doing it, but like when somebody really tells you, somebody, I mean, in my opinion, when somebody that you love as an artist tells you like, "Wow, dude, you really come a long way," you're like, "Holy shit, I did, huh?"
Well, like I said, I just never really paid attention to it. Just picked it up. I felt like it's important to learn shading. Uh, like, it makes the image look more three-dimensional. Looks more realistic.
Hmm. Fuck, I had a question. Do you do you shade to draw or do you line and then shade?
I line first depends on what I'm making. So if I was making an oil painting of a person, I always use the grid.
Okay.
You put the lines in,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then you start drawing the outline. That's where the line takes into place. And then after that, I start painting, and that's when I start doing the shadowing with the oil paint.
Mm.
If I'm drawing a drawing of a person, it would just be, I start off with the eyes and just work my way around. I do uh, aligning, I don't know what you call it, the measuring, to
Mm.
make sure that I got everything correct. And this is why I always tell people when they're drawing, like, you want to do your lining first, the measuring, because if you start putting in details first, and by the end you're going to be like, oh, I made it too big, or I don't
Yeah,
have enough room for this part.
yeah.
That's why it's always important to do the measuring.
And like obviously definitely correct me if I missed it, but all this, all this you're learning, those techniques, like the measuring, did you learn it from school or just experience?
School.
School.
Yeah, back in high school.
Dude, fuck. Because don't get me wrong, bro. Like, middle school, I was always a brat. When I hit high school, I didn't really go to art class, and I was kind of drawing, but like not too much. But around, I think my second or third year, that's when I got into art class. But even then, when I finally did get into art class, bro, I wasn't even paying attention because I was fucking just trying to be this cool pothead dealer, you know. So and for me, that's what took a lot of my creativity away. Was, you know, I was getting more popular off the weed than drawing. Don't get me wrong. When I drew, people were like, "Oh shit, look, Angel, man, he's out here drawing and shit." But it wasn't like the weed, bro. People were like, "Oh, bro, I fuck with you heavy now, bro." Like, and I was like, "Fuck," you know. So I really regret not learning in school.
No, I would say you don't feel like the regret. At least you got away from that,
Yeah, yeah,
and you started to make art part of your life.
yeah,
So
dude.
better late than never.
Do you use art for emotional therapy, or or a stress reliever?
Uh, I'd say sometimes. Other times it would just be just because I enjoy it. I guess when you call it stress reliever too.
Cause I shit you not, bro. Like, there's times where depends, right? Like, if somebody asked me to do a portrait, which I hardly do, but if I know that person, if I really fuck with that person, bro, I'll do it. And when I'm doing a memorial or like either a dog or a person memorial, like as I'm drawing, bro, like I feel emotions from that drawing sometimes. And it comes out either tears or just like me thinking about my life and what's going on in it. You know, do you ever experience that doing your arts? Like, obviously not like a regular, you know, like a recreational drawing, but like a commission where somebody's like, "Oh, can you draw me this person that passed away?"
Well, I do get it's a great feeling that I did something like that for someone.
Mhm.
Um,
But
I
you,
feel like it's
but you never like get emotional while you're doing it,
uh
and that's fine. You know, like I'm not trying to make you sound like you're heartless if you don't, you know, but I I know I don't know why, bro. I just feel like artists feel more. I don't know. I don't know if I'm grasping at straws or I sound high as fuck or something, you know. But like, I feel like artists do have a tendency to feel more than an average person who's not an artist or creator
yeah, I guess it really does depend on
person.
the person and what they're making. To me, it's something I enjoy doing and get fun. It becomes really fun
Yeah.
as I'm working on something like, especially a portrait. You know, if somebody wants me to make a portrait of someone else, um, I feel an accomplishment when I do something like that to someone. It's a great feeling.
Yeah,
You know,
it
I
is,
made
bro.
someone happy.
Yeah, yeah. And are you always getting asked to do portraits, or do you prefer not to do them?
I get asked a lot of times to
Yeah,
make a portrait.
yeah, same here, bro. And I tell people I'm not good at drawing people.
Well, practice. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't get me wrong. You know, I would love to practice, but the thing is, bro, like it's, it's just like too much weight. You know, especially if it's not in my area. Well, I prefer it not to be in my area, which is portraits.
Maybe that's the reason why you feel like you're not good because you choose not to make that part of your art.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll try, but like I said, I have to really fuck with that person because it puts pressure on me. And I told the person, "Well, yeah, you know, I got you, man." But when it's somebody I really don't know, it's like, no, I'm good.
okay, it's more of a personal thing then.
Yeah,
And like I said, you know, if it's not part of what you like to make, then you don't have to. But if you want to learn, you really have to discipline yourself.
That's true. Do you do that, bro? Do you be like, well, I don't want to, but I have to in your
Uh,
art, in your art?
there's parts when I'm making a drawing or a painting. The thing I hate the most is making hair.
Oh, dude, tell me about it, bro. That's why I can't make females, because my hair is like totally fucking like grudge looking, and like me and hair don't get along. I prefer to draw either bald head people.
Much easier. Or
Yeah,
someone wearing a hat or a beanie. Much
exactly.
easier.
Yeah, yes, yes, yes. I mean, unless you have a specific hairline, you know?
Right. Well, the thing is, like when you make hair, like with your oil painting, you want to put the layers in. You put the lights, and then you go at it with mid tones and dark tones, and then you start putting in the strands of hair.
Mm,
But the thing I've learned is that you really don't have to make it look like the the picture of or where you're copying from the hair.
yeah.
That's something people don't really pay attention to that much. The, their main thing that they always look at is the person's face to see if it doesn't look like that person.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But the hair, they're not gonna say, "Oh, wait, where'd you get this part in the hair? I don't see that in the picture." But that's the something that they don't pay attention to. Same thing with like um, clothing, like the wrinkles and the folds. People don't really pay attention to much of that.
Mm.
You at least want to make it look like the fabric or what they're wearing, at least close to it, and you can get away with that.
Mm. You said when you're making the hair, bro, you go light and then you go dark?
Yeah, with oil painting, you want to start with your lights because if you go with their darks, that's it kind of takes over a lot more. And I also like doing lights because when I'm using the palette with my lights, then I can use the same brush. I don't have to clean it. I can just go to the next tone
Mm.
and go to the darks.
Yeah, see, I mean, obviously, I'm not like I said, I'm not a great artist in painting, you know, 'cause I'm still working with it. But that's with the markers, bro, I go dark than light. 'Cause it's easier to give it shade that way to me. So yeah, I thought that was crazy. And is that just for oil, or is it also the same thing you would want to do with like other oil-based paintings or other paints?
Like
The the dark going, I mean the white going to dark.
that's what I always do with everything else around it.
Oh, okay.
When I'm painting a portrait, I always start with the lights, and that's what
Oh,
I learned in college to start with your lights first.
okay.
And
Yeah.
the thing I like about oil painting too, and acrylics too, is that when you mess up, you can just paint over it.
Yeah,
If
that's
you
true.
if you're using colored pencils, if you mess up, it's kind of hard to cover it up.
Because it's scratched in there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
dude. That's something I love hate about paint is like, I mean, you fuck it up. Not if you fuck it up, you can paint over it if it's not too thick. But you know, something like drawing, even if you erase it, the
you can
scratches
still
aren't.
yeah you can see everything.
Yeah,
That's the great thing about oil painting when you're painting.
yeah, yeah. And do you mainly work with oil, or do you also use acrylic
Acrylic,
and
I
water?
started picking up acrylic not too long ago. That's since I haven't used it in such a long time, and since I'm very used to oil painting, it dries so quickly. So I gotta
The acrylic.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So that's I feel like I have to pace myself a little bit.
Do you? I mean, I know this is gonna be a dumb question, but like I said, bro, I'm very new to this. With the oil, do you use water to dry it up, or is it just
The oil paint,
yeah?
I never use water when I oil paint.
Really?
I just go.
So you don't use water to like dilute and then
There's some artists that do that. I think Bob Ross does that. I think he uses a water base.
yeah, I think he no, I Bob Ross, I think he uses acrylic or water.
No, he uses oil.
Really?
Yeah, he uses
What?
oil. His style is they call it wet on wet.
Okay.
So he that's why his paintings get done like 30 to like 40 minutes an episode
Yeah.
because he just goes over a wet base of oil paint and he continues. His work is like an illusion because if you look closely at his work, it's kind of blurry. But when you back away from it, you can see the landscape. It looks extremely detailed.
Yeah. I tried doing that type of style, bro. It's very hard. Like I said, I'm not a brush user, so very hard for me. But I can't do that. What Bob Ross does. But I shit you not, with spray cans, I can do a space. Like a
Oh,
little,
oh, are you talking about like the ones where they have the moon and everything?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
so that's like a what do you call it, like a stencil? Like you use newspaper?
yeah. Newspaper, metal circles or cups. Whatever has a circle base. That's a lot easier to me. I could do like those all day, but like a fucking wilderness painting, illusion like that, bro, it's a lot harder.
Yeah. The thing is, if you want to get into painting, just try to work with it and see what you feel more comfortable with when you're painting, and then you can learn to push yourself further in the direction you like, and so they become detailed in your own way. And that becomes your style.
What would you suggest a, a beginner artist going into painting?
Well, at first I like to see what they do, like how well they can blend with them paints, and from there to see what they are very into, so they can pick a theme or like an idea, then see how well they do it from when you first start, and then and start pushing them to that direction so they can start coming up with their ideas with that specific idea they had in the first place.
Hmm. Would would you tell an artist to start off with acrylic, oil, or water?
Um, I feel like it's more of like a personal preference thing.
Okay.
So for me, I would tell someone oil paint because that's what I like, and it'd be more easier for me to teach them
Okay.
because that's what I use.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
if you were talking to an acrylic painter, he would pick acrylic. Well, same thing with watercolor.
Shit, you not, bro. When I was growing up, I thought it was the same shit. It
Yeah,
took
that's
me
what
a
I thought.
while.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. And I learned that okay, they're not the same. Like,
Definitely not the same.
oil paint takes a long time. Well, it depends. Uh, the,
The thickness.
the tone,
Oh, the tone.
like the color. So whites tend to dry slower than darks.
Oh, really? Well, I mean, darks do absorb more light or heat, right?
Not too sure. Never really like thought about anything like that. But I just see it more of if the darker the color is, the shorter the time it will dry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And when you're doing a painting, bro, do you have like a hair dryer or a heat gun around you?
I just let it dry on its own.
Oh, okay.
I did use a blow dryer once when I was at one of those live paintings over at District.
Okay. Oh, you
And
used to do the district light paintings?
just once.
Oh, once. Okay.
Yeah, this is. I think this was back in
Like
2018.
yeah, 2018, 17.
It was somewhere around there, and I didn't have acrylics, so I just grabbed my oil paints and then I used this gel that's called liquid,
Okay.
and what it does, it dilutes the color,
Yeah.
but the the material that liquid has, it makes it dry a little more faster.
Okay. Yeah.
And I used a blow dryer so that I can continue because I don't like painting over wet paint. So I just wait for it to dry and then I continue.
Hmm.
So I use the liquid so that I can make it dry faster and so that I can finish the painting fast.
All right, guys, we're back. That was the first battery change. How was it doing district, that light painting thing?
It was pretty fun. I really enjoyed drawing and or painting in front of people and being with other artists on stage.
Do you remember the other artists?
No, actually, I don't remember who they were. I just enjoyed just being with the other artists.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. What was it nerve wracking?
To me, no. I've drawn in front of people before,
Mm.
and or painted in front of people before.
What do you like to do before you do that? Like to prep for something like
I
that?
just go at it.
Oh, really?
I don't have like a sketchbook or see what I can come up with right there. I just like okay, whatever comes to the top of my head, and let's start drawing it and paint over it.
Oh, really? So you don't even have a concept going in?
No, I just go at it.
Whoa, dude. I mean, don't get me wrong. I definitely have to have at least something physical to see.
to look at,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
which is okay also.
yeah, yeah. 'Cause, I mean, I'm not there yet technically, because I shit you not, bro. Like me knowing that I'm gonna draw in front of people, like I'm already nervous about that. So I wanna have something prepared,
Well,
in my mind.
the thing is, like I understand, like if you're in front of people and they're watching you, make something. Uh, don't be nervous. If you mess up, they won't notice. Only you would.
Yeah, right.
So you think about it, it's like a guitarist, like they're just goofing off, playing, and you won't know that they're goofing off. They say, "I'm just doing whatever."
Yeah, yeah.
So that's pretty much the same thing with if you're making art in front of people. You just go at it, and people won't notice that you messed up or prep.
Hmm. Now, do you come to Rockford to is Rockford your spot for your art, or do you like to go all over the place?
I try to go all over the place. Like whenever I see an art event coming up and near me, I like to go to those and network with other artists and see their work and add them on Facebook. So you can keep in touch. Like we mentioned, networking. That's a great thing to have. You
Yeah,
know,
it does.
and I always say it is great because it allows more open doors for you.
Yeah.
Somebody you've spoke with at a different art show, you're on Facebook together, or you're on Instagram together as friends, and you can say, "Hey, I know an art show they think you might like." So just imagine you've never met this person, you wouldn't know about the art show.
Yeah, it's true.
So that's why I believe it's very uh, important. And I always say also, when you network with people, you can get ideas also together. You hang out with friends who are artists, and instead of going out to the bar and or going out, clubbing, like try to make art together. And
Yeah,
that way
bro.
you can still you make more ideas. You share thoughts. You look at your friend's work and be like, oh, I like this idea, and oh, that's pretty cool. You should make something out of that, and then is you continue to make more friends. You get more ideas too as well.
Yeah. What's it called? Fuck. Wait. Yeah, there you go. Sorry about that. Do you like to go out, or do you prefer to stay in and make art?
I like to go out more than staying in. I mean, I don't mind staying in and drawing, and just sitting there, and but I prefer to be out more because I really like people coming up to me and say, "Oh, you do art," and
Hmm.
introduce myself as an artist. So if you're indoors, the only thing that no one's like, okay, no one's really like watching you draw or doing something, so it kind of like takes that away. You kind of like wanna like if you're an artist who wants to get known and get yourself out there, it's best to go out. Like you go out to like a coffee shop or somewhere where there's people. You'll get someone to come up to you and say, "Oh, I know an artist," or they'll introduce themselves. They're an artist too.
Hmm.
There's been times where I met other artists in public.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
And they saw you and they're like, "Oh, I know you. I seen your art."
No, I never had that before.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
I would,
It's
go.
just that people know you as ToonSketch or you as an artist? Just from where you live, I mean, you know.
Um, well, I mean, if it's like in my area, a lot of people know that I draw
Oh, okay.
because I would just be in public and people who know me, it's like, oh, what are you drawing this time?
Yeah. That's dope. Me, bro. Well, this year. Well, not this year. Last year. That's when I broke out into fucking Rockford and was like, I'm an artist, bro. Fuck it, you know. Before that, I was known as the dude that always had weed, which fucking sucks, you know. Because you might think, well, I mean, what's so bad about that? I mean, you're kind of recognize. Well, the thing is, bro, like nobody's gonna hit me up for art. Nobody's gonna be like, oh, what you working on? They're gonna hit. They're gonna be like, oh, you got weed? Oh, can you send me some weed? Which I don't. That was many years ago, guys. I don't do none of that. If I have weed, it's for recreational use only.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, I mean, you get people, you sell like at the time, like with friends, right? Not someone like from like streets or public. You can sell like with strangers.
No, I didn't. At the time when I did sell, or I didn't sell to strangers because I was so paranoid,
Yeah,
bro.
that's a little risky.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why I asked that, because maybe you have someone come to your place and you see all your art around, and I'd say that's like another way of showing people that you're an artist.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. This I didn't have this like this the whole time, bro. It took many years to develop. You know, like because when I was like back then, man, this was like what 2010, 2013 or so. I would draw, but not like that. You know, it was more like I'm waiting on somebody. I'll draw, right? Like do some letterings or shit, some graffiti letters. But what really what really helped me put myself as an artist, bro, was me putting down the title of being the weed man and just being strict. Like, if you guys are hitting me up for weed, I'm not gonna respond to you. All I do is art. So if it's not about art, I'm not gonna contact nobody or
Okay,
contact you back and stuff.
there's nothing wrong with that either.
Yeah. Do you? Well, I mean, well, you said that everybody kind of knows you as the artist. Has there ever been a time where people haven't known you as the artist?
It would be more people that has never
Known you.
seen my work before, I've never showed them, but when I do, that's when they'll know me that way.
Hmm. And how how often do you do your shows, or are you just barely starting to do shows now?
Just barely starting. Again, I have attended art events in the past.
Where I met you, well, saw you, was the Screw City.
Hmm.
Yeah. Was that was that one of the beginnings, or was that just one that you already been in through events, and that's just one that you just went to?
That was one from like starting a great while because like before that, I had to say like early 2010s.
Holy shit, are you serious?
Yeah,
Oh
so I'm
shit.
trying to make this more of a serious thing. That's
I mean, well, here in Rockford, bro, again, I'm new. I may be wrong. Correct me in the comments. But here in Rockford, there's 2 times a year where they have the art shows, the art team.
oh yeah, I heard about those. I,
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah. No. That's one of the ones I recommend if you are trying to do a show, bro. You know, come down here around that time. It's usually around spring and a little bit in winter. I'm not sure. Um, but that's around that time, spring and winter in Rockford. That's when you can do an art show here, or you there's some spots around Rockford where where you could host an art show, but it's a little hard because you gotta kind of know the owners.
Oh,
Yeah, or somebody that knows the owners. Like, hey, if I have a friend that wants to do an art show.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm not ready for that yet. Like for a solo art show. I mean, I am having one coming up next month.
Fuck, I forgot the spot. Um, was that the one where I hit you up? Like, is that in Rockford?
No, it's over in St. Charles.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Billy Bricks, the cousin, one of the owners from a pizzeria.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's allowing me to use his restaurants for an art show.
Solo or
Solo.
solo? Ooh, how do
Yeah.
you feel about that?
Um. Well, right now I'm not ready because I want to finish projects first.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
'Cause I'm not really nervous,
Mm.
and because I've been in like art show events before, so it'll just be like that, but except it's just myself. So that's the only thing I'm trying to get done is make enough pieces to hang.
And how many enough pieces? How, to you, how many pieces is that?
Well, because of the size of the restaurant,
Is it big?
um, it's not like big. I'd say it's a decent size. I can't really describe.
Is it like the size of a Little Caesars, dollar store, a fucking?
Like a normal restaurant size, I
Oh,
guess. I'm gonna put it that way.
okay.
And I'd say depending on the sizes of the art pieces. So if I were to make like big oil paintings or drawings, I'd say probably like 12 to 14 would be good.
And big would be like that,
Yeah,
or
like this
oh,
or
okay, okay.
something like that. If I have little ones,
Dude,
a lot more.
that's yeah, 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 bro. For a big piece like that, how long would that take you?
Well, this one started, I'm going to say probably almost 2 years ago now. Because it's we talked about earlier, I kind of stop
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
come back to it later.
yeah.
That's one of the reasons.
Sure, bro. I can show you so many. I can show you so many fucking projects I've done there, like where I kind of stopped and just forgot about it. But for everybody that's watching or listening, we have a painting off to the side. I'll show you uh, throughout the podcast. I'll put in the video if you want to.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah. And what do you when so when you're gonna do the art show, bro? Is your plan to sell them or just to show them off?
Both.
Both. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm not trying to curse you or anything, but how many do you wish to sell?
As much as possible. If I
Okay.
sell them all, that'd be great.
Yeah, dude. Try. My first art show, bro. I wasn't even planning on my first art show with Vic Rivera, aka Vic Monster. Shout out Vic. Fucking, he helped me with my first art show, bro. My whole head headspace or my mental vision for that art show was not to sell anything, just to have people come. But dude, like, there's this one guy that like we're doing a raffle of my art. So if you showed up and you paid a certain amount, you put your name in a raffle and you get to pick the art piece you want. That I did for that show. This guy won art piece, bro. I told him it's yours. He gives me like $200, bro, for a piece that I would normally charge $30. And I was like, bro, you won it. You don't got to give me no money, right? He was like, no, bro, you're a good artist, bro. Like, you deserve it. He gave me like $200, bro.
That's good.
Bro, that shit changed my whole fucking mindset. Not that, oh, I'm gonna be rich or nothing. It was more like there is people out here believing in me. My
Right.
my art is where it could be if I want it to be. If that makes sense.
Yeah, and they say that's a good thing to sell your work because you're working, making money off what you enjoy doing.
I know, dude. I mean, don't get me wrong. For me, as an artist, I feel like I could do the painting, or I could do many paintings, drawings. Not paint the paintings, but I could do many art. So much art. But the problem with me is selling. I always have a hard time putting a price tag on the art.
Well, you just do it this way. You can just think about how long it took you to make it.
Usually I go by how happy, not how happy, how comfortable, that's better. How comfortable I feel letting that art piece go for. For example, that little spray can right there, I wouldn't be, I wouldn't want it to go less for $30. You give me $30, I'm happy with that. The one with the eyes, that one at least $80. That's because just the wiring, the time I put in it, bro, that shit was hard.
Yeah, like I mentioned, it's like sell it for like how long did it take you make? Like,
The one with the eyes,
yeah,
or
or anything.
oh, yeah, bro, a spray can monster can take me about 2 days.
2 days.
2 days, and that's straight me focusing on it, letting it dry, and then grabbing it right away as soon as it's done drying. Keeping an eye on the drying, and then just like that. That can be up to 2 days.
Okay.
Basic.
Yeah, just make an estimate of how long it took you to make. So if you think about it, like you know, like a normal job, you get paid hourly. So just think about it, kind of something like that.
Do you? And this is everybody's preference, man. So, but do you do you do you like to sell your art expensively? Like me, bro, I don't like to price my art for an arm and a leg. If that makes
Right. That's something I kind of like don't like telling somebody because they see it like well, that's too expensive. Well,
yes.
you think about it, like come on, like it took me this long to make this, and I'm not gonna sell it for a lot less. If you're this is something that you put your time and dedication to,
Yeah, yeah.
so you can make it, and someone wants it for a lot less. It's not gonna go
Yeah.
well. You
Oh
won't.
yeah, dude. Trust me. Have you ever did a painting, a drawing, whatever? Put a price. You have the price in mind, right? And somebody gives you a way lower offer than the price tag you thought it was going to be for.
Well, I will tell them the same thing. I'll just think about it as a job. You get paid hourly, and
But has that ever happened to you where like
oh, there are plenty of times. And they'll say, "Oh, that's too high." No, thank you. I,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not laughing to be a jerk about it. I laugh because I've had that plenty of times, bro. Trust me. I had somebody pick up one of my can monsters, be like, "Bro, this is badass." They look at the price. I'm like, "Oh shit," and like I love it because I get it. Not everybody wants to. Because in my eyes, my spray can monsters are kind of like recycled. They're recycled in a badass way, man.
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Thank you. But and I laugh because it's like, yeah, you can't win them all.
Right.
And I'm not gonna lower the price just because you think it's worth $20 when it's actually $40, $30.
Yep.
Yeah, bro. Because that's when I say, I feel happy letting it go for this price.
Yeah, whatever you believe it should be sold for,
Yeah, yeah,
and don't go too easy. Because somebody wants it for a lot less.
yeah, dude. Yeah. Usually, I always think that that's just something that happens to me, but like a lot, the few artists that I have talked to about that, that's a recurring thing. That always happens.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very common. People ask you for a lot less. No, I can't do that.
Yeah. um. Yeah, man. We're about that hour and 26 minutes. Is there anything you want to mention,
To this,
or just like? Oh wait, another thing. Are you an artist for hire right now, or is it a seasonal thing?
I'm just an artist. We call it just something I enjoy doing. I'm
But
not
but
trying to.
You know what I mean by artist by hire? Like you're willing to do commissions if
Oh,
anybody.
that's what I mean.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, I
yeah,
was
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
like for like a business.
Oh no, no. Well, I mean, in a way, a business can hit you up for a commission.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, are you a seasonal? Like you're only open when you mention a door being open. Like oh I have open commissions from this week to this week. Or are you a artist for hire at any time?
At any time, I'd say. Or would I have?
Free time.
I would say like free time
Mm,
when I'm done working projects, and when I'm not working anything, that's when I'm open.
okay. And do you mention it on Facebook or your social Instagram?
No, I don't really ask people like, "Hey, would you be interested in buying something?"
No, like do you post? I mean, do you post like oh I'm open on Facebook or do you post like oh I'm open on Instagram
Um,
or just
you
contact you?
both Facebook and Instagram, but it's more like somebody that comes up to me than me doing a little shout out saying, "Hey, open for permissions right now."
Okay, okay. Is there a minimum a person has to put down or a minimum like a minimum price for a drawing? So,
Well, it really depends on what they want, and I'll give them a price, and then I'll tell them you can just give me half, and I get started, and by the time I'm finished, you can pay the rest.
okay,
That way, it's a little easier on their end if they believe it's too much all at once.
okay. Oh, that's dope. Yeah, me, I used to be an artist for hire, bro, but like now, cause I was always good at like people coming up to me and asking me to draw them something. And I'll do like a little sketch of it. But now that I've done that so much, I feel like I learned the basics of my drawing. Like measuring, uh, shading, somewhat sizing. So not now that I learned the basics of that, still working on it. But I like to make my own pieces and then just sell those because artist for hire is not really my thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And yeah, understand. The the thing is, like, you want it to stick to something that you enjoy doing, like for hire. Somebody comes up to you and is like, "Hey, I like your style. Can you make something that's in your style with the spray can?" And that works well for you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. But dude, there's so many times where people look at my drawing, like a cartoon like that, right? That green monster or whatever on that tin.
Yeah.
They'll look at that and be like, "Bro, that's dope. Draw my dog." Bro, I shit you not, bro. Like, I mean, and I don't want to be rude. Like, nah, bro. I really don't want to draw your dog, or you know.
Well, you could tell them that I could do that, but I can do it just like that. How I did for that monster.
Yeah,
And make your dog looking like this style.
yeah.
So
Is it easier for you to talk to clients? For me, it's kind of hard, because there's times where like it's hard for me to explain something to somebody. Like, this is gonna take longer than you think it's gonna take me. You know,
And what do you mean?
like when you talk to a client, is it like do you know how to like explain to them how your art works or how you do it?
No, it's not really difficult to explain. When he wants something, and I'll tell them this is what it's gonna look like, and I show them my little portfolio on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, so all of your portfolio is on Instagram.
both Instagram and Facebook.
Oh, okay, cool.
Instagram seems a little more easier to show my work than
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Facebook, because people use Facebook for more personal things.
Yeah, and not just that, like Facebook, I mean, it can get clouded with personal pictures as well. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Instagram.
Instagram, I mean, as well, personal, but like you have a better chance of your your art. If I'm saying this right, man. There's times when I explain, I feel like a jackass. But Instagram. it's nothing but pictures, so you have a better chance of showing off
Yeah,
people that
makes
way.
it more simple that way to show people you're working on Facebook. But I'm using both Instagram and Facebook for art. I do have a personal one, uh, but I don't use it anymore.
Hmm.
What happened is I lost my phone and I had to reset everything.
Yeah, yeah.
And then when I got my phone back, because someone took it, I didn't lose it. Someone actually took it,
Okay. Oh
and I
shit.
reset it on
The password.
Gmail. Yeah, it's
No
just
way.
factory reset,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and then it was turned back in, and I was trying to get back in my Facebook after installing everything on it,
Mm.
and somehow I was putting the wrong password in, and so what I did is I started another account, and I was like, okay, let's make this my art thing, see how that goes.
Oh, okay.
So I used ToonSketch, and the thing I don't like about it is that Toon and Sketch are separate.
Yeah.
It's actually one word.
And did you try to put it together on your
I
Facebook?
tried, and
It separated it.
yeah, no, Facebook would say you need a first and last name. I
Mm.
tried to put it in my first name, didn't work. And last name didn't work either. I was like, all right, so Toon space Sketch. It's not like that. It's Toon lowercase Toon Sketch capital S, kind of like iPod
Yeah.
lowercase I then capital P.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, bro. If you wouldn't have mentioned that, I would have thought it's just tunes.
Two words. Yeah,
Yeah, 2 words.
people go by from what they see on Facebook.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, no, it's not how it goes.
Yeah, man. So wait, are any of these for sale?
Um, that one, well, my mom wanted it, so
Oh,
I just gave it to her. Like, okay, you can have it. That's something I wouldn't do with someone else.
oh yeah,
Okay,
no.
she's my mom, so she can have that.
Yeah, 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 dude.
The prints, they are for sale. This one will be for sale also once I'm done. So I do have few paintings that are for sale
Okay.
if anyone's interested.
And contact you on Instagram or Facebook.
Either or.
Okay. And right. Well, I mean, yeah, man, we're about that hour and 35 now. So around this time, because and I'm a little nervous, not gonna lie to you, bro, because you're an artist. But for my guests that come on, I like to draw for them just because, you came down to give me some of your time. I want to give you some of my time. So, yeah, and this is why I want to sleep late as fuck, bro, because I was up drawing. Sorry, I got like a few artists I draw for. Yeah, some stickers. Don't show the camera. This is just for you and me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but there's stickers. There's stickers. Yeah, just some stickers, bro. Not the highest quality, but something you can slap on or keep. Whatever you want to do, bro. Totally up to you. I just appreciate you coming down, giving me some of your time.
And also, it's good to have you here. I appreciate the honor of introducing myself as an artist, something I've never done on a podcast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And bro, my door is open. My door is always open to you for the second one, the third one, however many times you want to come on. Totally up to you. It doesn't have to be like back to back, but just do your thing. And if you want to come back to talk about the stuff you did, I'm always open. Hopefully, I didn't talk too much, and hopefully, I didn't talk too much, man, and kind of took a time away from you. But like I said again, you're an artist. It's been a long time since I had an artist on here, so I was definitely nervous.
Yeah, so same here.
Yeah, but once you do this, bro, you feel like, okay, I did it. I could do it again. Not here, but like let's say somebody else more professional asks you to come on. Like, oh, okay, I've done it, so I can do it again. And I know where I messed up or where I didn't mess up. So
Right. Yeah, and I'd say this is a good way, to start.
yeah, yeah.
And like you said, you know where you messed up. Okay, next time I'll know what to speak more about. Because I'm pretty sure once this is done, I'm gonna be driving back home, and I said, "Oh, I should have said that."
Oh, dude. Yeah, bro. And that's another thing too, bro. Like an hour and 30 minutes, even if it's 2 hours, we're not gonna get the whole backstory or the whole vision of you in the podcast. That's why I say my door is always open, so that way you can come back, you can correct everything you did in the first one.
Yeah, for sure. 'Cause I'm willing to do this again.
Yeah.
This is great. It was fun. Also, an opportunity to learn um, how to speak about yourself as an artist.
Dude, and that's one thing. That's one thing too, bro. Like us artists, it's hard to talk about ourselves. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like myself, uh, even though I have this podcast, bro, it's still hard for me to talk about myself perfectly without stuttering, messing up a idea or like what I thought it was.
Yeah, that's what you mean.
Yeah, yeah. You know, and dude, us artists were interesting. Shit. Look what we do, bro. Shit.
Right.
I feel like it's an untold story for us to do
Yeah,
this.
to do this. I mean, we know ourselves as an artist. It's just a whole expressing it to people in words. That's the challenging part.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Usually, people ask you, "What makes you an artist?" or "What do you do the most? What do you enjoy doing?" And you're like, uh,
Right.
uh,
Like fuck, man. I really don't. I didn't really think about it until now. Until you guys asked me that.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Now, ToonSketch. Where do you prefer the people follow you at? Instagram or Facebook?
I rather have Facebook, but again, people use it as a personal thing. If they don't feel comfortable with that, you can just go with Instagram.
Mm. And well, yeah, I'll have his Instagram will be in the description down below, guys. Definitely go check him out. Um, Contact him for some prints. Check him out for some art shows you're gonna do this year.
There's one coming up next month, and I'll let you know the details in that if you want to put into the description as well.
Oh yeah, 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 all that, bro. Definitely send it to me. So until then, guys, stay tuned and stay
To
tuned.
Toon, I heard that. Yeah, was that a pun?
But yeah, man. Guys, stay tuned and stay safe.